Hey guys, this is Abhishek from GadgetsNews.com, and today we are here at the Huawei booth at Mobile World Congress 2015, and we are taking a look over the Huawei Honor 6 Plus. As you can see, this device looks the same in terms of the design as we have seen on the Honor 6. If you have seen that, it is exactly the same. The material which has been used is metal on the edges. At the back side it is glass, at the front it is glass, and over here it is plastic. So nice combination of materials overall, and the device does not feel cheap and it does not look cheap as well in any way. The overall performance of this device is also very good, very much comparable to some flagship phones out there. The Huawei Honor 6, which we have seen earlier, is also very good in terms of the overall performance when it comes to day-to-day usage as well as when it comes to gaming. So this device also will fulfill that, and it has a pretty good hardware, actually a better hardware than the Honor 6, and this is called Honor 6 Plus for that reason only. It has Kirin 925 octa-core CPU inside, which is clocked at 1.8 GHz. It also have dual 8 megapixel cameras at the back, which will give you a very good refocus functionality. You also have dual LED flash as well. On the front we have 8 megapixel fixed focus camera. We have LED notification light over there. We also have proximity and ambient light sensors over there, and then we have the nice metallic earpiece. When it comes to the touch capacitive buttons, they are within the display, not on the body. And when it comes to the Android version, you are getting Lollipop on this one, which is definitely a better deal as compared to Honor 6. So Honor 6 Plus does offer you a lot of things which are kind of plus. Talking about hardware in terms of RAM, we have 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of internal memory. However, the one which will come to India is going to have 16 GB of internal memory if they want to price it right. When it comes to the battery, it is 3600 mAh battery which is inside. It can give you around 2 days of battery backup pretty easily as per the information which we have got, and we will test that. You also have smart power saving, which is 2.5 as far as the version of the application is concerned. The weight of this device is around 165 gram. It does not feel very heavy, and it does not feel bad in terms of the build quality. The thickness of the device is around 7.5 millimeter, which does make it kind of thick, but not too thick either. Talking about the video capability, you can record high definition video at 1080p on this device from the rear as well as from the front camera. We have dual SIM card supported. As you can see, these are the SIM card slot. We have the power and sleep key and the volume rocker. Both of these are metal buttons, whereas the SIM card tray slots are over there. This is the tray which will come out. At the bottom you have micro USB port for data syncing and charging. We have a prime microphone over there. We have no connectivity, nothing on this side. We have some antenna bands over there. At the top you have 3.5mm audio jack. On here you have the IR blaster and a secondary microphone for noise cancellation, and on the back you can see that we have two dual 8 megapixel cameras with dual LED flash, and here we have the loudspeaker, which could have been changed over there because loudspeaker is something which get blocked to a greater level when you place an Honor 6 or Honor 6 Plus on a table, and this is something which they have not fixed, but it is not a major problem for many people out there. Talking about the UI, as you can see, it is running on the Huawei custom UI, which is running on top of Android, which is making the device responsive, and everything is like smooth. The UI is very much customized to be used on this hardware, so it is working pretty effectively without any issues. We have the phone dialer over there. As you can see, you can easily dial the number, and when it comes to making a cellular video call, you do not have that option. Let's take a look over the messaging application. This is how it looks like. Once you compose a new message, this is how the screen will look like. You can easily type a new message. The keyboard right now is 3:4, but you can always revert back to the normal keyboard as well on this phone, and I am not sure how to do that. Let me just do it again. Yeah, so we have the QWERTY keyboard now, which is pretty big in terms of the overall keys. You can easily type on this device. You do get a pop-up whenever you type, and you also have swipe to type supported, which is good. So typing experience is pretty good on this phone. There is no problem with that. Let's take a look over the settings, and for that we will find out first of all the version of Android. So we have version of Android, which is, where is the version of Android? So it is not Lollipop, it is actually KitKat, and this is something I would like to correct, because as per the information which I got from Huawei, they were saying it is Lollipop, but anyways it is KitKat 4.4.2. so KitKat is there on this device, and we have EMUI, which is the custom UI which is running on top of Android. When it comes to the storage, we have 16 GB of internal storage on this one, because this is the 16 GB model, and you have 10.8 GB available to the user. We have 3 GB of RAM, and this is the chipset which is there inside. As far as the hardware is concerned, you can note that in case you would like to do that. Let me just come back and take a look over some other information of the device. We do have support for GPS navigation, and we also have support for different kind of other things like smart cover, one-handed UI. So you have one-handed support as well, because this is like bigger smartphone with a bigger display. You also have glove mode supported, especially for the winters, which is good. You also have the option of creating a portable Wi-Fi hotspot as well. And when it comes to the RAM scenario, I can show you the current status of the RAM. This device has pretty good amount of RAM, which is 3 GB, and out of which how much is available is something which we are going to tell you. So let me see whether I can find that. So under default settings I cannot find it, so maybe we will do that later once we do the full review. Let's take a look over some other things like tethering options. So we do have support for tethering as well. We also have support for power saving as well on this device, so you can save power, especially you also have ultra power saving mode. If I apply that right now, it will give me around 25 hours 52 minutes of backup, which is again good but not very impressive. When it comes to tethering, you do have support for tethering as well. You can create a portable Wi-Fi hotspot. You have support for USB tethering, and Bluetooth tethering is also supported. All these things are there, which is good. Let's take a look over the camera performance now. And in this camera, as far as the rear camera is concerned, we have a very good functionality, which is the refocus thing, which we will do later on. But as of now, I'm going to take a simple photo from this device and show you the clarity as far as the rear camera is concerned and how good it is when it comes to taking a photo in low light scenario. So as you can see here, we have the iPhone 6. I'm going to take a photo of my iPhone 6. Again, the kind of lining you see on the display is because of the light conditions. It is not because of the camera, or there is nothing wrong with the device as such. So the photo has been taken and it is pretty quick in taking the photo. So the photo has also came out to be pretty good in terms of the clarity as well as in terms of details, and colors are also being very nicely reproduced. In this low light area, the photo clarity is very good, which it has taken from the rear camera, which is very good. Let me just come back and take a look over the front camera quality. So now we are going to take a front camera selfie as of now, and I know I'm looking kind of tired. So the moment you tap on the screen, it will give you all these options like beauty, photo and other video mode. And let me just take a photo. It will also give you a timer. So it actually gives you a timer before you can actually take the photo. Let me just take this photo again. So it will be a 3-second timer which it will give you, and this is the kind of clarity you can get as far as the front camera selfie is concerned. I would say it is pretty good, not bad at all. You can capture very good photos both from the front camera as well as from the rear camera. Now let's talk about the refocus functionality on this phone. So let's talk about the refocus functionality. For that, first of all, you have to take the camera in wide aperture mode, and then you can take a photo like this. I'm just going to take a photo and show you how you can actually do the refocus. You have to first of all take the photo. So once the photo has been taken, you can tap on it to show it, and it will take some time to show that photo because it has been taken in the refocus mode. And then you can tap over here, and then you can select what you would like to focus. This is how you can change the focus points. And in case you would like to increase the blurring, you can also increase and decrease the blurring of the thing which is there in the background. And this is how refocus actually works on the Huawei Honor 6 Plus. So that's all from us as far as the quick hands-on review of the Huawei Honor 6 Plus. We really like this device as far as the overall hardware is concerned, and the camera capabilities is something which is very good on this one because of the dual camera setup. It can give you very good refocus functionality which is not found on other smartphones as of now, because the kind of depth you get in that refocused photo which you create on this phone